Well, good evening, everyone. I'm Bette McCarthy. I'm the chair of the Barnstable Old Kings Highway Historic District Committee, and I wish to call this meeting to order. In accordance with the town, actually in accordance with Massachusetts general laws in Chapter 30A, Section 20, the chair must inquire whether anyone else is recording this meeting, and if so, please make their presence known. I see it's being recorded. I think it's being recorded, but that's by the town person, so that should be okay. All right. All right. Well, to all persons deemed interested or affected by the Town of Barnstable Old Kings Highway Historic District Act under Section 9 of Chapter 470 and Acts of 1973 as amended, you are hereby notified that a hearing will be held tonight on applications listed on the agenda for August 27th, 2025, and this meeting will be held remotely. We'd like to remind all applicants and audience members that we are an elected volunteer committee and we follow the guidelines of the Town of Barnstable Old Kings Highway Historic District Act. And any applicant or interested party who is aggrieved by any decision by this committee, they have a right to appeal the decision to the Old Kings Highway Regional Historic Commission. And we ask that during this evening's proceedings, cell phones be turned off, conversations other than those before the committee take place outside of this remote meeting. And when an applicant is called, we ask that the applicant and all interested parties identify themselves. And lastly, as best practices for meetings that are held remotely, where we may not be able to visually identify who's speaking, we ask all committee members and participants to identify themselves before making any motion or any comments. Online audience members wishing to participate during the public comment section of the hearing can use the raised hand button to notify the chair. Dial-ins audience members wishing to participate should press star 9 on their phones to notify the chair. And all participants will be muted, and you must be recognized by the chair in order to participate. The first order of business for this evening will be to take a roll call of committee members. Leslie Wallace.
Here.
Ryan Caholen.
Here.
Wendy Shuck.
Here.
And Bette McCarthy here. So we will go to our agenda right now, and we have a continued application for Patricia and Richard Leahy of 240 Parker Road, West Barnstable, map 176, parcel 015, built in 1952, and they are to construct an addition on the right side and rear of the dwelling and to add a screened-in porch on the rear. Is the applicant available to discuss their project?
Yes.
Okay. All right, please go ahead.
Hi, my name is Chris Payne Builders. I'm representing Jim and Patty Leahy. They bought this house. It's got a very tiny bedroom, and we're proposing the addition to make the bedroom usable and add a master bathroom in the bedroom. I think that's about it.
Okay. All right. Any other comments? If not, we'll ask the committee what their opinions are.
I think we're just trying to keep all the roof lines the same, so it blends in and fits like it looks like it fits in nice, and it was always meant to be that way. Matching all the windows, we're matching the siding, matching the trim, and most of the structure is basically in the back of the house. But whatever we see, we're trying to take clean lines so it looks good. So.
Okay. All right. Why don't we ask some of the committee members what their your opinions are. Leslie, would you like to discuss
Yeah.
this addition?
Um, can you move it up a little bit? Okay. You have a little kind of built-in stone wall on the right-hand side. Is the building gonna come up to that?
It's going to be just short of it.
Okay.
So that wall's still going to stay there.
Yeah, yeah, it's a nice wall. And also the trellis, that's going to be at the end of what's there now, and then the addition.
The rose trellis is going to be, about,
The rose trellis is in between the two existing windows.
Yeah, okay, yep,
yeah, correct.
yeah,
Yeah,
okay,
yeah, between the two existing windows. Yep.
yeah. Ooh, put roses on it. Anyway, I don't see anything. The porch really is in the back, so not too
Yes.
concerned with that. Yeah. Um, I don't see any problems, as far as I'm concerned.
Okay. Well, thank you, Leslie. Ryan, would you like to discuss this?
My only question, was there any thought given to setting back the proposed addition? I feel like we're taking a house that already has a lot of front facing exterior wall, and we're adding, I can't see it, but we're adding probably what, 10 feet or so, 8 feet, 10 feet.
It's 10 feet. Yes.
Right. So, any consideration given to stepping that addition back, whether it's
Well,
10.
we're using the part of the existing wall for the addition, so keeping that in line. And there is a doorway that comes into the kitchen, and we're kind of constricted on space. So we'd have to dig up the foundation and pour a new fill foundation back to set it back. So what I was going to do is just continue that wall across, and we're keeping all the roof pitches the same and keeping them all in line. So it looks like it's just going to look like it was always there.
What type of foundation are you proposing with this addition?
It's going to be a 4 foot below grade foundation.
Yeah, I mean, because even that could be jogged back, though. Imagine you're gonna anchor into the existing foundation, you're gonna drill, you're gonna knock a access to get underneath. I think personally, I would be much more comfortable if it was stepped back a little bit. The addition. Those are my comments.
Okay.
So are you saying that extending that 10-foot wall and the same line as the existing wall is going to make it look like a long building?
Yeah, I think that stepping it back is going to break up that sort of two-dimensional look, which would be in line with a lot of the other houses, particularly on that street, which is a scenic road as well, aside from being in a district. So.
Well, there's an existing bathroom there, and there's a door that goes into the bedroom. Now, if we stepped it back, that's just going to squeeze it in uh, awfully. It really wouldn't work. And like I said, we were going to line up the wall with the other wall. So to step the addition back. So you're saying step the 10-foot addition back, but that's like if you look at the floor plans, that's in the middle of the bedroom area.
Yeah, I mean, you may have to move the interior doorway. I've never been in the dwelling, so I'm not too sure. But I think that there's nothing that says that you can't get that space back. I'm not saying shrink it. I just mean step the whole addition back. Looks like the bed's moving either way.
Well, do you have a copy of the floor plans
I'm looking at it right
available
now.
to look at?
Yep, she
Yeah,
has
we're looking at it right now.
Okay, so where it says the proposed addition on the floor plan, the 10 feet,
Yep.
it's like halfway in the middle of the bed. You're saying step that area back and leave the existing wall, or?
Correct. Just the addition. Set that in 10 inches. Something to break up the two-dimensional,
Step it in 10 inches? Is that what you said?
or whatever's appropriate, whatever helps the design. But I do think that it would be more appropriate if it was staggered a little bit. If it
Yeah,
was,
even a foot.
yeah, a foot, 10 inches, whatever. But something to break up that two-dimensional wall. It means your roof line is going to be set back as well, but that's pretty typical with a lot of houses on Parker and Church.
Yeah. I I guess if that's where it's got to go, then I'm gonna have to get redesign with the owners and see if that's.
All right. Why don't we see what some of the other committee members, what their opinions are in that, and then we'll get back. We'll get back to Ryan.
Okay.
Wendy, would you like to comment?
Yeah, I agree with Ryan because it is going to be long, but I'm a little bit confused on if we look at the existing elevation, right there. So here on the elevation, it looks like we have one long flat roof line, but if you scroll down just a little bit, Erica, you can see in the back, keep on the existing if you would. See on the back how it isn't one big long line. So I think the current elevation from the front shows, the roof line is consistent and flat across, but I don't think it is. I went back and looked at the house. I think it goes across and then dips down. What is that, a foot or two?
A little over
on the little jog, right? So my question is, are you raising the roof there? On that little jog, on the existing jog on the house, are you raising the roof up above the existing
raising the roof on the addition from like the start of the bedroom to the outside, that whole roof line would be raised.
But aren't you raising it? If you could go down to in the render, I think the rendering is messing me up because this rendering shows the raised roof is part of that is in the current existing part of the house. It's not just the addition.
It's almost like the elevation.
Do you know what I mean?
The roof line by the foyer is higher than the existing roof line on the right side.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So, I agree with Ryan on setting back the addition, but, my concern is also just that roof line. I just think it's odd looking, usually when, you have a difference in the roof lines, there's a break in the buildings, right? Like one, part of the structure is set back a little bit, and this is just one big old flat roof line that is different heights, which I think is unusual. And do you know what the difference in the roof line is there? Is it like 2 feet,
the,
foot?
yeah, that's about what it is. I have to scale that. Um,
But having said that, your existing home has that one flat roof line with two different heights to it. You have that already today, even though it's not shown in the existing elevation. You can see it in the back, but you're not showing it in the front. So now it's like you're raising part of the roof on, if you're looking at the left little jog there, that roof line is going up above the current roof line of the other part of the house and then extending out to where the addition's gonna be, I think.
yeah, the end of the addition, yes.
But in your rendering though, the raised roof is showing to start in the existing part of the house and then carry over into the proposed
Yeah.
addition as well.
Yeah. I
It's like,
wondered.
Yeah,
about
the proposed self elevation shows the height of the roof over the addition that will be higher because it's wider. It's wide, it's wider than the existing house. The floor plan, the the existing with proposed addition, it's going to be 20 feet, and the house is 18, so it's going to be set 2 feet further back. So that's why the different height is shown there.
Not sure I'm following that.
Yeah. I went
So
by
so the
today and it's all one
Yeah,
roof line. I wondered about that too, but I thought maybe it was something weird with the rendering.
yeah.
Yes, that's what I'm seeing going by now. So I don't understand where that middle
Yeah, I don't think this
thing that
rendering,
already exists,
Yeah.
why it's higher.
yeah, I don't think that rendering is correct,
Right.
Leslie. There's
Yeah.
it's not a flat roof line right now. It's not, in between the windows, it dips down about a foot or 2 feet. So it's not a flat roof line.
is it possible for me to share my screen? Because I have the image of the house
Yeah.
up.
Oh, good. Thank you, Ryan.
Yeah, I should. No, I'm not allowed to share.
Oh dear.
Give me 1 second, Ryan, and I will give you sharing.
No, I can share.
There you
Right.
go.
All right, so that's the existing house.
Okay, I don't see it. Oh, there it is. See what I
Oh
mean?
yeah, okay. Yep.
So based on the elevation that we just looked at, it's sort of like they got it transposed. They have the lower roof ridge on the left-hand side.
Yes, reversed.
Right.
Yep.
Right?
Yeah.
So I think, with the drawings being as flawed as they are, I don't think we can really move this forward to begin with.
Yeah, it took me a while to,
It's confusing. Yep.
yeah.
So you're saying the existing south elevation doesn't show that dip in the roof that's like the existing north elevation?
Correct.
Yep.
Yeah, I agree. I don't believe that, the renderings are exactly correct. And especially for the roof line. When I went to the property, I could envision the addition much better than I could by looking at the layout and the drawings that you're showing. So would you be willing to come back at the next meeting with a more correct drawings for us with that roof line so that we could make a determination?
I guess that's my only option, from what I'm hearing. So that's what I'll have to do.
All right.
How do you feel about setting that? I know you're not happy about it, but setting the addition back a foot.
Well, when you look at the interior, that's really not possible.
Right.
When you look at the existing part of the house, that existing part does not, it encompasses part of that room. And I don't think that's possible when I look at the interior of that drawing.
Yeah.
Right. But maybe there's other architectural details. I'm not going to suggest anything because I'm not an architect.
Right.
That could be utilized here to kind of break up the long plane of the front of the house. So, just throw that out there. I don't know what that is, but
Well, it's kind of broken up a bit with the roof as it stands now.
Well, the new roof is going to be higher than the other one, so that breaks it in half. If you look at proposed elevation, proposed south elevation, that it's not one long line all the way across. It's two different heights.
Right.
Yes.
Right.
We're
But
looking
it's
at it right now.
Yeah. But I think the concern is it's a long piece of roof, right? That's long and flat. And usually when, we see homes that have differing heights of the roof, usually one portion of the building is set back and then there's a different roof line. But, so it breaks it up a little bit. But here it's just one big long roof line. So.
Yeah, I don't think that drawing that we're looking at right now is totally accurate.
Yeah. Yeah, we got to get that roof line correct, so we can kind of see, because this is all we have to go by, right? Or these renderings, that's all we have.
Right.
So, yeah, so to make it to say, we got to make sure that what we're looking at is, what we have currently and then what you propose. I mean, I think we all agree that your materials, are appropriate, the windows match, the shingles match.
Right.
That part seems to be appropriate from my perspective, but understanding better what you're going to do with this addition, I think would be very helpful.
Right. And this is Pat McCarthy. I think the fact that your entryway extends out, it's not flat with the rest of the house, so that breaks up part of the front facade. So that is a plus. The fact that that is extended out a little further. So, if you could provide some architectural details or something to break up that the front a little bit and to have a more accurate depiction of the roof line, I think that would be very helpful for us to make our decision. So if you would be willing to come back our next meeting, that would be September 10th.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
So do I have to apply for that or anything, or are you just going to put it in, or what do I have to do for that?
So
Chris, it is just a continuance, so you will just need to provide me the updated drawings and I will add it on to the file for the next meeting. I don't need to re-advertise. I don't need a resubmission of the application. I just need the updated materials.
Okay.
All right.
I will do that.
All right. Thank you then. So then we need a motion to continue this application.
Sure. This is Wendy Shuck, and I move to continue the certificate of appropriateness application for Richard and Patricia Leahy, 240 Parker Road, West Barnstable, map 176, parcel 015, built 1952, to the remote meeting to be held via Zoom on September 10th.
Ryan Caholen, I'll second.
Thank you. And a roll call vote. Leslie Wallace,
Aye.
Ryan Caholen,
Aye.
Wendy Schuck,
Aye.
and Bette McCarthy. Aye. So thank you, and we'll look forward to seeing an update on this on September 10th. All right. Thank you very much.
No, thank you.
Thank you.
All right. Our next application is for the County of Barnstable, 3195 Main Street, Barnstable, map 299, parcel 024. And this was built in 1832. And it's to repair the masonry and stone, replace and repair and paint the wood trim, replace the windows, the foundation structural repairs, and hazardous material abatement. So we need to open a public hearing for this application.
Sure. This is Wendy Shuck, and I move to open the public hearing.
Ryan Caholen, I'll second.
Thank you. And a roll call vote. Leslie Wallace,
Aye.
Ryan Caholen,
Aye.
Wendy Schuck,
Aye.
and Bette McCarthy. Aye. So would the applicant for the County of Barnstable wish to discuss the repairs and replacement?
Thank you very much, members of the committee. My name is Rick Finuccio from Clear Path Advisors. I am the county's owner's project manager for this project. And with me tonight is Brian Neely from Gale Associates, who is the project architect. We were, if you remember, before this group informally in mid-May. None of the scope has changed in any real sense. The documents have been advanced quite far since mid-May when we were in front of you. Brian is prepared to kind of walk you through. He has both a short slide deck, if necessary, to walk you through the scope, or the submission drawings. The exterior elevations are fairly well annotated and detailed in terms of the scope of work on the restoration. And Brian is prepared to kind of give you the overview and walk you through it and answer any technical questions you may have. But we are now here formally and seeking approval for the certificate of appropriateness. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. All right.
Thank you, Rick.
Brian?
This is Brian Neely. I'd be happy to walk you through what we plan to do. We performed an evaluation last year. We worked on the budget with the county, and now we are starting to develop the documents. So what we're looking at doing is 100% repointing of the granite and brick masonry around the building. We are going to be doing a cleaning of those surfaces. And then, as you see on these drawings, there's several circles that identify different deficiencies that whether it's damaged brick or damaged stone, and the methodology for that. We're going to also be repainting and cleaning, de-leading, and then repainting and repairing the wood columns and capital and entablature, which is in the center of the building and is the more historic portion, the oldest part of the building. The wood that is on the newer, I'll call it newer editions, but from the 1890s is not, in 1906 is not as in good condition. Those are on the sides and the return legs, and those are the ones that are gray with the grid hatch on it. At those locations, we're going to end up removing the wood trim that is deteriorated. We're going to go back in with new framing to support the new plywood. And then we're going to put a weather barrier on that and new synthetic wood material to replace it that will then be painted to match the same stone textured finish that the existing wood has.
Brian, where is
Um,
that on this map that you're just referring to?
the darker gray to the left
Oh,
and right
okay.
of the entablature. So
Okay.
it's basically the entablature and cornice around the recessed side and back.
Okay. Thank you.
Other than that, we are also going to be removing and replacing all of the windows. We are currently looking at a Graham single hung window, which is very similar to the double hung window that Graham installed at the Barnstable Town Hall not that long ago. So if you're familiar with those windows at the town hall, these would be very similar in style and look, except for we're going to look at the single hung style, which because the top section is fixed, the framing is a little bit narrower, so we get a better sight line to match with the existing wood sight lines that are on the existing building.
Okay.
Uh, the other elevations that we provided are just similar elevations to this, but for the different facades of the building. Happy to answer any questions that you have on those. We also
Okay.
have window schedules at the end for all the different sizes. There are some existing steel windows at the bottom of the 1970s and 1920s buildings that we'll be replacing with. We're taking the large steel windows and putting two wood windows in there. So what you're seeing on these elevations are the new shape of the windows.
Okay. All right. Um, Wendy, would you like to discuss the repair and
Yeah,
replacement?
sure. So in terms of the trim, so I think about this, what's it gonna look like when it's all done? So the trim, I think it's mostly white trim currently. So will that be, once it's all repaired, that will be white trim as well? The color will stay the same?
So the existing doorway in the front is white. We don't believe white was the original color
Okay,
of the building. The trim around the entryway and the sides are gray, and they're actually a textured paint because the intent was that was supposed to look like stone. And so our what we plan to do is at the corner of these buildings, there are stone coins, which is the kind of flat stone going up the corners. And then in the field is a rough stone cut. The rough stone cut is going to get a beaded mortar joint just like it has now. The corners, we're going to get a smooth mortar joint so that the column's verticality is stressed the way it was originally intended to. And the columns, which are that off-white, is going to be a similar color. And the goal is really that that's closer to the gray of the columns, those pilasters, so that it looks like stone. And that was what the original intent was. Over
right,
time, a lighter color paint has been applied over the surface of that in the doorway, which is white.
okay. So then when all is said and done in terms of the columns, they will, I mean, not color wise, but they will look the same. And they look kind of fluted, from this angle. I'm sure
Yep.
that's not the right term, but
It's
they
they're scalloped, but it's they're
scallop, thank you.
correct because they're close. So the bottom of the wood is in pretty good condition. At this point, we're expected
Yeah,
to remove all the paint and restore the wood. The bottom, about a foot, is deteriorated because it's been in contact with the concrete, with the granite. And the bottom 6 to 8 inches have already been replaced in the past. So we're going to remove the old replacement wood that's not in good
mhm,
condition and a little bit of additional areas that are damaged. We're going to step that replacement wood so that it isn't a single line around the building. And we're going to restore it and then coat and paint it so you will not see that there's kind of a line where the new and old wood is.
right, okay. And in terms of the windows, so where we have, I think you've got all different kind like 12 over 12s. Will the new replacement windows be 12 over 12s, and where you may have 12 over 8, those will be 12 over 8? Is that the plan?
Our intent is to match all of the mullion patterning that's there now,
Yep,
unless the window is so small that when the frames are slightly bigger, they reduce something. But
yeah,
for all intents and purposes, we're planning to leave them all intact. What's shown on these elevations is what we're proposing to go back with. So if there's any differences, this is what we're going to go back to. Some of the later additions from the 20s into current time, those windows aren't all have mullions. Some of them are just big steel windows.
Yeah,
They're at the lower ground level. Those we're going to go back with simulated hung windows that have the patterning, the mullions. So it looks more historic
okay.
and is more consistent throughout the whole building.
Right. And are those divided light windows?
They're going to be they're insulated glass that are going to be simulated. So there's a grill on the inside and the outside, and then there's a metal spacer within the
Okay.
glass. So when you look at it, it's not just a thin little
Right.
piece, but
Yeah.
it's got profile to it. But it is one IGU unit. They're not
Okay.
individual 9 units of
Yeah.
glass.
Yeah. As long as it's not those, stick-in grills that you can take in and out.
Yeah, we try to avoid those anywhere we can, especially on a historic building like this.
Yeah. Yeah. And this is just one question out of curiosity. So do you have to follow like Mass Historic Commission guidelines or?
Yeah, so once we get the certification of appropriateness from you or the group, the whole Kings Highway, we're planning on using that with our submission to the Mass State Historic, which we will probably end up doing hopefully next month or so. And we also need to file to MIPA, I believe.
Okay. Okay. I think that's it for me, Bet. Thank you.
Right. Thanks, Wendy. Ryan, would you like to comment?
I think we've covered it all, right? You got a gem of a building that it's tricky to update. So I know every decision is sort of a challenge to itself, but I think what's being proposed, I take no exception.
Thank you.
All right. Thanks, Ryan. Leslie?
Aside from the white door, everything now is going to be a gray or whatever to blend in with the stone.
Correct.
So
The current
when you-
wood trim is slightly lighter, and it will be somewhere between that existing slightly lighter color and the stone color at the pilasters, which is lighter than the
Okay.
main body of the building. I
Yeah,
can't tell you
okay.
exactly the color right this second, but
Yeah.
the intent was we'll match those two together.
Yeah,
The front entryways are white. I don't think we've determined yet whether we're going to keep them white or turn them a little bit closer to the stone color. So that's something that we're still will look at, and maybe we'll get a paint sample earlier on in the project.
yeah. Well, it's a hell of a job, let me tell you, but
Yeah.
I think it's gonna look good. So I'm all for it.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you, Leslie. And this is Bet. I think you've done an excellent job to repair this historic building and to take care of some of the hazardous issues that you have on the building. So I think you pretty much covered with all of the other committee remarks. I think I don't have anything else to add to it. So I think we should now look to see if there's any members of the public wishing to comment on this.
Chair, this is Erica Brown. I do not see anyone from the public wishing to comment at this time.
All right. So then we would need a motion to close the public hearing.
Sure. This is Wendy Shuck, and I move to close the public hearing.
Ryan Cahola, I'll second.
Thank you. And a roll call vote. Leslie Wallace,
Aye.
Ryan Caholan,
Aye.
Wendy Shuck,
Aye.
and Beth McCarthy, aye. So now we need a motion to approve the repairs and replacement.
Okay. This is Wendy Shuck, and I move to approve the certificate of appropriateness application for the county of Barnstable, 3195 Main Street, Barnstable, map 299, parcel 024, built 1832, as submitted.
Ryan Cahola, I'll second.
Thank you. Roll call vote. Leslie Wallace,
Aye.
Ryan Caholan,
Aye.
Wendy Schuck,
Aye.
and Beth McCarthy, aye. So thank you and good luck on
Good
this
luck.
major
Good
project
luck.
that you're
Thank you
working
very
on.
much. Thank you very much for your support.
All right.
You're welcome.
All right. Our next application is for Amy Dunning of 4005 Main Street, Barnstable, map 335, parcel 032, built in 1850, and to construct a detached 24 by 24 two-car garage on a concrete frost wall foundation. So we need to open a public hearing for this application.
This is Wendy Shuck, and I move to open the public hearing.
Ryan Caholen, I'll second.
Thank you. Roll call vote. Leslie Wallace,
Aye.
Ryan Caholen,
Aye.
Wendy Shuck,
Aye.
and Beth McCarthy. Aye. So we now need the applicant to discuss their construction of a garage.
Good evening, Jamie McGrath from Pine Harbor Wood Products here on behalf of Amy Dunning. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So we are proposing to build a 24 by 24 two-car garage with a dormer front and back. Both dormers stepped in from the gable ends a couple of feet. Frost wall foundation with no more than 8-9 inches of exposed concrete, with aprons, 2 garage doors that will face Route 6A. If you would allow me, I would probably file a cut sheet. These are kind of placeholder doors on the plan. The final decision has not been definitively made yet. They will be something appropriate, maybe with glass. We just put raised panel doors as a placeholder because honestly, the homeowner hadn't made that final decision yet. It will be something appropriate for being right on Route 6A in Barnstable Village. We've done multiple projects down there. PVC trim, it's a composite clapboard siding on all 4 walls, pre-finished white. All of the trim will be white. Windows are a vinyl, like an Anderson vinyl window with simulated divided light, exterior applied and interior applied grills. Cupola roofing to match the house. As you can see, there's a side pass door, a couple of windows in the gable ends, and both up and downstairs. Solid back wall that faces away from 6A. Double hungs in the second floor dormer upstairs, and awning windows that I think we will make a tiny bit taller in the front. I don't love, quite honestly, I wasn't going to be the applicant tonight, but the awning windows won't have quite as much clapboard exposed underneath them. They would probably be dropped down. These are 36 wide, 24 high. I would probably do a 30 high, 36 wide window with maybe even a row of clapboard above if necessary, but I'd like to bring those down a little bit closer to the roof line there. Honestly, I did not see this plan till today. As I said, I wasn't going to be the applicant. Happy to answer any questions, and we'll go from there.
All right. Let's see. Wendy, would you like to comment?
Yes, I think the materials are appropriate. I think the style is appropriate. You hit on 2 things that I did question. One was the doors. I think it would be more fitting, obviously, to have something different. Those, I think something with windows, or what do you call it, lights above would be better. And also the windows on the dormer, I agree, they look a little small, and I think something a little bigger would just be more aesthetically pleasing. Having said all that, I believe the garage in the back of the property, I'm not sure you're going to be able to really see it from the road. But look at the plot plan, right? It's kind of tight. You can barely, the house is fairly shielded too. So yeah, we're not really going to be able to see it from the road. So, but I think overall appropriate. I would like to see a different garage door, and I agree with you on the windows. I think a little bigger window would look a little nicer. So
100%.
All right. Thank you, Wendy.
Yep.
Ryan, what are your comments?
Completely agree on the doors. It goes without saying. I do think that the idea of a transom window up above the garage doors would look really good. Um, did I hear you correct? It's going to be white siding with white trim.
It is actually, yes, like a. It's not hardy plank, but it is a composite. It's called Everlast. It's been quite popular lately. It's and I can file a sample of that. It's a pre-finished white, but it's not vinyl siding at all. No J channel, no overlap, no. Yeah, it's a bump together. It essentially it's wood clapboard, but it is a composite. So yes, and it is white trim, white clapboards.
Yeah, I mean, I be honest, I don't think that combination is necessarily appropriate for that area, but it is set back far enough where maybe your white is going to look a little yellow, which is
Yeah, I think they'll paint the garage
yellow.
doors to be
Uh-huh.
a color, which will break this up. But I know where you're coming from. I think if I'm not wrong, and again, my fault for this, but roofing would match. There's a little cottage in the house, and the roofing would match. So I think the roofing and the doors will break up the white on white, and obviously white clapboard on Route 6A is prevalent, and you will see it in multiple places. I think as long as the doors are a different color and the roof will be okay with the black of either transom or glass in the overhead door to kind of give it that look that it needs. It certainly looks a little bland right now, but I think it'll be fine once we pick the glass either over or in the doorway, and then have that roof and the color of the doors. And I'm like I said, if we can do a letter amendment, if you'll trust us to do that, if we need to come back, we can. But we'll have a cut sheet that we can apply, send in with the overhead doors and the color of those. It hadn't got picked yet, and we're here tonight.
Okay. All right. Leslie, would you like to comment?
Yep, good. Get rid of those garage doors, and the windows above should be, because the windows in the back, even though they're larger, but they look good. I mean, the ones on the right hand side are so little. I think they would look better longer. So I'm happy about that. Now, Ryan, you said the lights up above the garage doors, that column of lights. Is that what you were referring to?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like that idea too. I
Yeah.
think that would be very nice.
Yep.
Other than that, I'm fine. Appropriate.
Okay, thanks, Leslie. And I think the comments that I had written down after visiting the property, I think you've addressed the doors and
Yeah.
and the
So
windows.
I'll file a cut sheet.
I think you're
Sorry.
taking care of those. So
Yeah.
um,
If you would vote on an amended application where I include flush doors with 9-foot transom lights above the garage door, the owner will be happy to do that. It's certainly going to look good. We weren't sure whether we'd raise the height of the door and put glass in the door, but I'm very confident with the homeowner. She's kind of given us a little bit of a green light to do what we need to do to make it appropriate. And like I said, I didn't see this plan, so we'll probably reduce the roof pitch of the front dormer a little teeny bit, increase the height of those windows, and add transoms over the garage door to make this exactly the way I think it should look. And I think you all have the same comments.
all right. And then I noticed there's a cupola. Is that going to be, will be lighted?
Don't know if it will be lighted. It
Okay.
definitely is a copper roof PVC with glass in it, though. Yes.
Okay. All right. I don't have any other comments, and I think if you would submit to the to Erica, I think we will okay the changes regarding the door, putting the lights above, and then making the adjustments to the windows above. Um, um, I think we should see if there are any any members of the public wishing to comment.
This is Erin. I do not see anyone from the public wishing to make comment at this time.
Okay. Then we need to close the public hearing.
Yes, this is Wendy Shuck, and I move to close the public hearing.
Ryan Caholen, I second.
Thank you. And a roll call vote. Leslie Wallace,
Aye.
Ryan Caholen,
Aye.
Wendy Shuck,
Aye.
and Beth McCarthy, aye. So now we need a motion.
Okay, let's see if I get this right, folks. Okay, this is Wendy Shuck, and I move to approve the certificate of appropriateness application for Amy Dunning, 4005 Main Street, Barnstable, map 335, parcel 032, built 1850, as submitted with the following modifications. Slightly reduce the pitch of the dormer in the front and increase the size of the windows in the dormer, and also switch out the garage door to one with a 9-foot transom window above the garage. Otherwise as submitted.
Yep.
Thank you. All right, a second.
Ryan Caholen, I'll second.
Thank you. And a roll call vote. Leslie Wallace,
Aye.
Ryan Caholen,
Aye.
Wendy Shuck,
Aye.
and Beth McCarthy, aye. All right. Thank you very much. And I think those modifications will improve the garage, especially for a 6A property. Thank you very much.
I agree. We'll get new elevations submitted early next week. Thank you so much.
Great.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. Our next application is for Christopher Field of 350 Braggs Lane, Barnstable, map 298, parcel 109, and built in 1977 to construct a new 28 by 28 garage. The exterior of the building will match the existing home. So we need to open a public hearing for this project.
Yep, this is Wendy Shuck, and I move to open the public hearing.
Ryan Caholen, I'll second.
Thank you. And a roll call vote. Wendy Shuck,
Aye.
Ryan Caholen,
Aye.
Leslie Wallace,
Aye.
and Beth McCarthy, aye. So is the applicant available to discuss the construction of this garage?
Ryan, it looks like you're muted. You're going to have to unmute yourself.
How's that?
There we go. You're good now.
I apologize. Hi, this is Ryan Campbell. I'm a contractor representing Chris Fields at 350 Braggs Lane. And we are looking to construct a detached 28 by 28 two-car garage. The plans that we submitted show a barn board look to it. We are going to keep the garage the same with the shingle look as the existing house. Other than that, it's going to be new windows and everything's new on it. Basically just matching the house that's there, just detached. And, right at the end of the driveway, as you can see on the plot plan. Have any questions? Please let me know.
All right. Ryan, would you like to discuss this proposed garage?
Sure. You said that it's going to be to match the siding's going to match the existing house.
Correct.
Okay. Same color roof as the house too, black asphalt.
Correct.
I mean, you set so far back, quite frankly, a golf ball drive away from being out of the district anyway. Yeah, you'll have to look to find this. So I don't take any exception.
Thank you.
All right. Thank you, Brian. Leslie.
Ryan read my mind. It's so far back that, if you had binoculars, maybe. I think it looks fine, appropriate. Everything's okay with me.
All right. And Wendy.
Yep, just a couple questions. So the existing garage stays, I presume, because that was on
Correct.
the plan, right? And can you describe for us, will there be a driveway up to this new
Yes.
structure or?
Yes, he's going to extend the driveway over. I don't know right now if he's going to continue the asphalt or if it's going to be stone on that section. There will be a concrete apron at both doors. So kind of up on the air on the landscaping part of it as of right now.
Okay. All right. Yeah. And I had questions about the siding and the roof, because I think on the diagram it said metal roof, but you said it's going to be,
It's going to match existing.
yeah. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
And the siding will as well. So, otherwise, I think it's appropriate.
All right. Thank you. And this is Bette McCarthy. I agree with the comments made by the committee, and I believe this is appropriate. So we now need to see if there's any members of the public wanting to comment.
Chair, this is Erica Brown. I do not see anyone from the public wishing to comment at this time.
Okay, so then we need to close the public comment section.
Yep. This is Wendy Shuck, and I move to close the public hearing.
Ryan Cahola, I'll second.
Thank you. And a roll call vote. Leslie Wallace.
Aye.
Ryan Caholen.
Aye.
Wendy Shuck.
Aye.
And Bette McCarthy, aye. So now we need a motion to approve the construction for the garage.
Yep. This is Wendy Shuck, and I move to approve the certificate of appropriateness application for Christopher Field, 350 Braggs Lane, Barnstable, map 298, parcel 109, built 1977 as submitted.
Ryan Cahola, I'll second.
Thank you. And a roll call vote. Ryan Caholen.
Aye.
Leslie Wallace.
Aye.
Wendy Shuck.
Aye.
And Bette McCarthy, aye. All right. So
Thank you.
all set to go.
Yep. Thank
Thank you very much.
All right. Very good. All right. Our next application is for Eleanor and Andrew Clark of 230 Church Street, Barnstable, map 153, parcel 021, built in 1970, to replace a rotted and broken brick step with the new wooden and fir decked step. We need to open a public hearing for this application.
Okay, this is Wendy Shuck, and I move to open the public hearing.
Ryan Cahola, I'll second.
Thank you. And a roll call vote. Leslie Wallace.
Aye.
Ryan Caholen.
Aye.
Wendy Shuck.
Aye.
And Bette McCarthy, aye. So now is the applicant available to discuss their step for placement?
Yes, thank you. My name's Andrew Clark. I've lived in this house now for 29 years. We've never used the front step. The previous owners had put in brick step, replacing what had been there prior, and it was too small for the door swing for us to stand on and use. So it was never used and fell into disrepair. When I had to reshingle the front of the house, I had to break up part of the step to get at the trim and the shingling behind the brick step that they had put in. My hope is to match with as little invasive and as little intrusion as possible an existing step that is fir decked that I put in 27 years ago that we walk on every day to get in and out of our kitchen.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Could we have some comments on the committee? Leslie Wallace?
Can you get back to the picture? What you're proposing?
I think done by my son. Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
So that is what would be a 5x2 by 5x2 platform that would allow us to use the front door with the door swing.
Yeah.
And then the step would be a single step. There used to be a 7-inch and a 9-inch step, so it was really hard to navigate as well. And we're proposing putting 2 7-inch steps and raising the ground level to make that possible.
Yeah.
Slightly.
Yeah. Okay. And it's got, is it like a railroad tie look?
Yeah, it would be a pressure treated lumber would be the
Yeah.
carrying stick. So it would just look gray pretty quickly, like
Yeah.
exposed lumber.
Okay. I don't have any problem with it. It seems appropriate.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Ryan? Your
Have to
comments?
be in the driveway on the property.
Yeah.
The house itself sits well above the street. I think it's appropriate.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Ryan. And Wendy?
Yeah, I agree. I don't have any concerns, looking at the picture of the existing step and the new one will kind of look just like it. I think it blends in nicely with the house and is sorely needed, it sounds like. So, I think it's entirely appropriate.
Thank you very much.
Thanks. And then this is Bette McCarthy. I know some of our bricks are porous and they just don't last. So they crumble and they need to be replaced. And this step is barely visible from the road. So I think what you're proposing is entirely appropriate.
Thank you.
So are there any members of the public wishing to comment?
This is Erica Brown. I do not see anyone from the public wishing to comment at this time.
Okay, so we'll need to close the public comment hearing section.
Okay, this is Wendy Shuck, and I move to close the public hearing.
Ryan Caholen, I'll second.
Thank you. And a roll call vote. Wendy Shuck?
Aye.
Leslie Wallace?
Aye.
Ryan Caholen?
Aye.
And Bette McCarthy, aye. So now we need a motion to approve
This is
the replacement.
okay. This is Wendy Shuck, and I move to approve the certificate of appropriateness application for Andrew and Eleanor Clark, 230 Church Street, Barnstable, map 153, parcel 021, built 1970 as submitted.
And Ryan Caholen, I'll second.
Thank you. And a roll call vote. Wendy Shuck?
Aye.
Ryan Caholen?
Aye.
Leslie Wallace?
Aye.
And Bette McCarthy, aye. So
Thank you very much. Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Have a good
Very
day.
good.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
Our next application is for Suzanne and Brian Cassane of 20 Salt Rock Road, Barnstable, map 316, parcel 084, built in 1972. And it's to enclose the front porch. It's a 4x10 porch. And we need to open a public hearing.
Sure. This is Wendy Shuck, and I move to open the public hearing.
Ryan Caholen, I'll second.
Thank you. And a roll call vote. Leslie Wallace?
Aye.
Ryan Caholen?
Aye.
Wendy Shuck?
Aye.
And Bette McCarthy, aye. So is the applicant available to discuss their project?
It looks like you're muted. You're going to need to unmute yourself.
There we go.
Perfect.
Good evening, Chairman McCarthy, and thank you for listening to this presentation this evening, and thank you, members of the committee. My name is James Gilhooly. I'm an architect for Suzanne Cassane. She's recently widowed, and Brian, her husband, had passed away. So it's just her making this application. She approached me to add an enclosure from the front of her house to accommodate a little mudroom area and actually a wash station for her dogs that she had. She has two dogs that she's quite fond of. And when they walk on the beach, the paws get full of sand, and she wanted someplace to just rinse them off and track it into the house. The enclosure tries to mimic the existing materials and match them as they are existing, along with the trim. In terms of width and color, the trim will likely be vinyl product, but color matched to the existing trim. And the roofing remains the same. There's no addition beyond the overhang, and the surfaces will be aligned with the existing exterior walls. And also be a new painted wood deck to approach the new entranceway.
Okay. All right. Now we can have some committee remarks on that. Ryan Caholen.
I mean, you're fairly far back from the street there anyway with the house. Yeah, I was interested to see what this was going to look like, but looking at your plans and your front elevation, I'll be very honest. I was afraid I was going to cringe, but actually, I think that it's for what you're trying to accomplish. I think it makes a lot of sense. When I went by there, do you have room between the driveway and where you're proposing the staircase go down? Because it's quite the drop.
Yeah, the walkway does slope down towards the driveway, but there's right in that area there where the little hand is, that there's a slight slope, but it doesn't really drop significantly towards the driveway. There's steps further down near the edge of the driveway.
In the existing porch today, what is under that?
It is open to the elements. We're going to be insulating that and providing energy compliance with the new floor insulation.
Okay, yeah, because I was curious, being sort of like a dog wash area, obviously winter, but
yeah, it has to comply with energy code.
Okay. Yeah, I don't think I have any other comments. I think it's appropriate. I think it was interesting when I read it, but it makes sense. Nice job.
All right. Thanks, Ryan. Wendy.
Yes, I agree with everything Ryan said. I think it would be nice, and I'm not objecting to this, but I think it would be nice to switch the door out to match the front door, but that door is already there, so it's not a deal breaker for me. But otherwise, I think the materials are appropriate, fits in well with the rest of the homes in the neighborhood, so no objections here.
All right. Thanks, Wendy. Leslie.
Well, I have dogs, so I understand perfectly. Wish I could fit something like that at my house. I think it's fine. I'm trying to see what Wendy was referring to with the door, but it's bumped back a bit. I don't think that's going to be a deal breaker. Yeah. I think it's appropriate.
Great. Thank you, Leslie. And this is Pat McCarthy, and I agree with the comments the committee has made, and I think the change is appropriate. So now we need to see if there's any members of the public wishing to comment.
Chair, this is Erica Brown. I do not see anyone from the public wishing to speak at this time.
All right, so then we need to close the public hearing.
This is Wendy Shuck, and I move to close the public hearing.
Ryan Caholen, I'll second.
Thank you. And a roll call vote. Leslie Wallace,
Aye.
Ryan Colan,
Aye.
Wendy Shuck,
Aye.
and Beth McCarthy. Aye. So now we need a motion to approve this application.
Okay. This is Wendy Shuck, and I move to approve the certificate of appropriateness application for Suzanne Kazane, 25 Salt Rock Road, Barnstable, map 316, parcel 084, built 1972, as submitted.
Ryan Cahola, I'll second.
Thank you. And a roll call vote. Leslie Wallace,
Aye.
Ryan Caholan,
Aye.
Wendy Shuck,
Aye.
and Beth McCarthy. Aye. So your application is approved as submitted.
Thank you, Chairman and members of the committee. Have a good evening.
Thank you.
All right. Very good. Thank you. So that concludes the applications for tonight. We don't have any minor modifications or extensions or other. So the other item to look at are our minutes. And we have two sets of minutes. One is for June 25th, 2025. So were there any comments or corrections?
I had one potentially. So on Forsyth Harbor LLC at the very bottom, where we continue the application. It says we continued it for July 23rd, but I think we continued it to July 9th. Is that right? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you're correct.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Otherwise, I think it was perfect.
Okay. And I checked and I didn't catch on that date. So any other comments? If not, then we need a motion to accept the minutes for June 25th.
Okay, this is Wendy Shuck, and I move to approve the minutes of the meeting held June 25th, 2025, with one modification on the Forsyth Harbor LLC to change the continuance date, otherwise as submitted.
And Cahola, I'll second.
Thank you. And a roll call vote. Leslie Wallace,
Aye.
Ryan Caholan,
Aye.
Wendy Shuck,
Aye.
and Beth McCarthy. Aye. All right. We have another set of minutes to approve, and that is for August 11th, 2025. So were there any additions or corrections on those minutes?
Nope, they look good.
Yeah. I didn't see anything when I read them.
Okay.
All right. So then could we have a motion to accept?
Sure. This is Wendy Shuck, and I move to approve the minutes from the meeting held Wednesday, August 13th, 2025, as submitted.
Ryan Cahola, I'll second.
Okay. And a roll call vote. Leslie Wallace,
Aye.
Ryan Colan,
Aye.
Wendy Shuck,
Aye.
and Beth McCarthy. Aye. So our next meetings will be September 10th and September 24th. And there's no further business for this evening. We could have a motion to adjourn.
Sure. This is Wendy Shuck, and I move to adjourn today's meeting Wednesday, August 27th, 2025.
Ryan Cahola, I'll second.
Thank you, Ryan. A roll call vote. Ryan Caholan,
Aye.
Leslie Wallace,
Aye.
Wendy Shuck,
Aye.
and Beth McCarthy. Aye. So thank you all very much. We had a full agenda, and thank you for all your participation, and thank you, Erica, for putting it all together, keeping us all marching in the same direction.
No problem. I hope you all have a good night.
You
Thank
too.
you.
Bye, everyone.